Ladies and gents, welcome back. Jean here with more Mars anomalies. We're back in the southern mid-latitudes of Mars in Proctor, and we're looking at dolmens, as I like to call them, domes, disks, and huge megalithic blocks. This will be part one of a three-part series. Got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get cracking on. The high-rise photograph we're analyzing is called Change Detection in Proctor Crater, acquired on the 24th of February 2011 at 25.2 centimeters per pixel with 1:1 binning. A really high-res photograph this, and the anomalies I'm showing you are cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file. There's a crop from the low resolution black and white to show you what the terrain looked like at the time, and the anomalies we're checking out are these white dots scattered throughout this huge dune field. So we're looking at this area over there in Proctor, 46.04 degrees south, 30.67 degrees east, and it's been scanned a couple of times by the high-rise. Also, Kaiser is a very interesting spot. I'll be checking that out in the near future as well. So we'll go down to Mars, check out the terrain and also some of the other anomalies towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for that one. Yeah, we're looking at examples of megalithic dolmens as found on Earth, almost on every continent. You can see the supporting megalithic structure underneath and the huge megalithic block or slab on the top. Those that we've been checking out on Mars have been photographed directly from above, from orbit, so we're seeing top views of these structures. I speculate, as well as some of my friends and viewers, that the anomalies we're checking out on Mars might be similar to this. There's a lot of examples where we can see the megalithic slab or block is slightly elevated off the surface, especially on the right-hand side of each anomaly. And I estimate it might be elevated by up to 5 to 10 meters on each side. So could we be looking at megalithic stone dolmens on Mars? They seem to be rife throughout civilization. So let's get cracking on. We're looking at the first anomaly right there. Again, this is one I've featured before, and the dunes have moved on since then, so a lot of new anomalies in this region. Check that out. We've got like a triangular structure to the right, and then this disc shape at the left with a little dome-like feature in the center, and that whole piece is about 14 meters wide. There it is close up. Check at the straight edges, right angle over there, and next to the dome-like object there we've got this smaller, what looks like a little sphere. Here we're looking at other examples, a slight variation on the design, just to give you an idea of the different types of examples that we find on Mars. This is from Conclusive Evidence, Ancient Civilization on Mars, with links to Earth. And for each of these you'll find the relevant URL that will take you to the JP2 that I found these in. This is from Total Devastation in Teneus, and reoccurring designs spotted in Protonillus. Also we have 3 parts to it. We've got the 2 larger pieces at the bottom, and then a little bridging item in the center. This one here looks almost like a face. We've got the head, the eyes, the nose, and the chin. Pareidolia maybe, but very intriguing. And there's another variation of this design. This is from the epic ruins and wreckage of Charitum Montes on Mars, part 3. Now we're looking at a little cube on that larger structure, and that little cube is about 3 by 3 by 3 meters. We can see 3 of the sides. The side over here seems to have like a hexagon shape on it, with 6 dark spots arranged in a circular pattern. Very, very strange anomaly that. Here we'll look at a pile of blocks in the center of this image, a pile of blocks at the top left, and a strange oblong piece over here. That piece is about 14 meters long and about 5 meters wide. The small block over here, that's about 8 by 3 by 3 meters, and that piece at the top, that's about 12 by 5 by 5 meters. We zoom in on this pile over here. 3 blocks, straight edges, very smooth flat surfaces, and right angles. And we'll look at that block over there and some small anomalies on top of this one to the right. But like a triangular shape to this one side, and small items in the center casting those shadows. That block over here, we've got a line or a bevel cut into it in parallel with this one side. And then a strange little triangular design on top of this. And then this rather odd piece. On top of it, we've got 2 smaller items arranged in that center line over there. And we've got that like a bevel or ridge going right the way through there. There's another very pristine block over there. That's about 6 by 2 meters, and it's lying on its side with that very smooth flat surface to it, and then rounded corners. Another block like it over there, almost the same size. That's about 8 meters long and about 2 to 3 meters on each side. And it's also got smooth flat sides to it to get the bright reflection on this side. Very, very smooth surface that. And then we've got straight edges and a right angle over there. And yeah, in this consolidated view, we can see the similarity in the design of these blocks. Don't know if these are natural boulders or rocks. I'm just showing you guys what I'm finding. And yeah, we've got similar examples. These are both from Elysium Planitia near the InSight lander. We've got more blocks. These are also next to one another. It's very rare to see this, where the blocks are still tightly packed next to one another. That there is also very strange, that little triangle cut into that one side. Each block over here is about 4 or 5 meters long, wide, and deep. Get the little triangle on top of this, a little dome-like feature in its center. These blocks look very, very similar to those found in Egypt. Here we're looking at 2 blocks next to one another. This one on the right is about 6 by 6 meters in size, and the dark dome-like feature on it is about 2.5 meters in diameter. Perhaps these were one piece and they broke apart, or it could be that these are 2 that were machined to fit next to one another. Look at that strange marking on the side here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parallel lines in that design. Small little knob or protrusion sticking out there. there's another example, glyphs and ruins everywhere in Terra. Almost the same size. Got a dark spot right there in its center, very similar to this. And then two dark spots almost the same size as this one on the left. Look at that odd piece up here. I'll do that one in a follow-up video. Also have symmetry and geometry going on there. Right, we're looking at this five-sided object over here. The bottom, each side of this is about 10 meters long. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides to it. And got right angles over here. We draw a line through the center. We've got that little conical feature or protrusion, and symmetry and geometry in those two angles. Here we're looking at an almost perfectly circular disc of about 10 to 12 meters in diameter, and it's slightly elevated on the right hand side, like the majority of the discs we've had a look at in the past. There's one that seems to be tilted up a bit more on the right hand side, and that's about 8 meters in diameter. Could these be like Dolmen-type structures that are elevated on the right? Or could they have been some type of sculpted piece to resemble something that the Martians saw in their skies, just like our ancient civilizations did here on Earth? Or are they maybe ancient craft? That disc over there is about 6 meters in diameter, and it's on top of a huge megalithic slab. Check that out. And this piece over here, it's got like a triangular design to it, almost like a plectrum or pumpkin seed again. Very weird. But check that out. Alright, another dome-like design over there. That is about 5 meters across, and it's right there in the center of this odd-looking megalithic slab. Also elevated here on the right. That disc over there is about 5 meters in diameter. We'll also check out that one over there to the left. And this one's on a rather strange base structure. Looks like we have either an opening over here on the side, or it's slightly elevated to the right. And this one over there, that's about 5 meters across, and very close to the center of this disc-shaped object. And also again, do we have an opening on this one side? Another disc over there, that's about 5 meters in diameter, and it's lying on a rather strange megalithic slab again. Get the rounded design here, and then a right angle to that side. In this case, that disc is 6 meters in diameter, and it's lying on top of a very clean, smooth surface, and also slightly elevated on the right hand side. This is more like an oval piece. That's about 8 meters across, and definitely elevated on the right. Very, very strange. And here we've got another 5-sided object, and that whole piece is about 6 to 7 meters tall. The straight edges, right angles, and a little oval dome on the one side here. This consolidated view shows the similarity between the disks and domes. These three at the top got these like disc shapes to them, and they're on top of smooth, cleaned off surfaces. These are on smaller parts, and they seem to be more dome-like in design, and then the large flat discs just lying on the Martian surface, and always elevated on the right hand side. And this piece, I don't know what to make of this. It looks like a huge magnifying glass, but not that it is, folks. But that round part is about 6 meters in diameter, and it's definitely hollowed out here to the left. I don't know what that is. And then the small disc and dome type anomalies. This one has about 4 meters in diameter, and it's got this dome-like part in the center, also elevated here on the right. This one right here in the center is about 4 meters across as well, and it's got this dome-like design on top. This is another example of similar objects. We've got two almost identical ones next to one another. This is from multiple similar pairs spotted south of Johannes Regio. Here we're looking at that triangular object top left, and we'll also have a look at that one right there to the far left. Each side on that one there is about 6 meters long. It's on top of another square block. We've got straight lines there and a 90-degree angle. Also, I have symmetry and geometry if we draw a center line perpendicular to that side. Right, then that triangular object, each side on that one is about 12 meters in length, with a rounded apex, and on top of it a strange oval conical part, very similar to some others, especially this one. Another huge triangular block west of Promethei Terra, same size, also has this dome-like feature on the center on top, and then these two, just a variation of that design. The epic ruins and wreckage of Charitum Montes on Mars, part 3, and this similar one to that one on the top left, from another huge triangular block, this time in green crater. Get the similarity in those, with the dark spots in the centers. Now we're looking at a little triangular object on top of that larger piece, and each side on this triangle is about 3 to 4 meters in length. It seems to come up to a point over here, forming quite a neat apex. And then this strange T-shaped piece over here, the one side is about 12 meters long, and it's got this perpendicular part sticking out here to the left, forming like a T-shape. Okay, so let's check out that site as well as some of the other anomalies around there. We looked at this region of Proctor over here to the top right. Right, so briefly, just for summary, these are the anomalies we just checked out. Discs, domes, megalithic blocks, triangles, partial hexagons, you name it. And in the same area we've got these two objects that look very similar to this one found in Napta Playa, Egypt. Right, quickly have a look at some of the other anomalies around here. There's that strange object that looks like a carving of a scarab beetle, as found in Egypt as well. Small little disc on top of that. There's a perfect disc over here as well. Some megalithic blocks. Check out the design on that one. It's almost like some type of metallic wreckage with debris. And 2 discs, same size, same shape, pointing in roughly the same direction. Then those 2 similar objects over there, also same size and roughly pointing in the same direction. It's almost like a wheel. Another little pyramid on top of that larger piece. Very similar to the one I showed you in Proctor. And then just before we go, this is for Giorgio from the History Channel, Ancient Aliens. There's his favorite little craft from South America. We've got the delta-shaped wing design with the tail section over there. That whole piece is about 18 meters long. And then another disc lying underneath that strange multiple layered part over there. And then some megalithic slabs, blocks, or maybe even sheet metal. Look at these straight edges and right angles to those. That's it for this one, folks. Don't want to keep you too long. Thank you for watching. This was part 1 of 3 of the series I call Dolmens, Domes, Discs and Blocks Spotted in Proctor. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed, to everyone who supports my channel, all my friends out there. I appreciate it very much, especially to all those that comment. I read every comment on each video, so thank you for that. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.